Hello, friends. This is Rishi Gupta, and today I'm here to talk about the new show on Netflix, which is called Never Have I Ever. Guys, it's a teenage comedy, and I do understand probably that I am not the target audience for the show, but I was kind of bored during the lockdown, and it was trending on Netflix, and I thought, why not? So I started watching the show, and to be honest, it did not start off really well. So the story is about a young teenager who's an Indian American called Devi, and she is living in the US and attending school in the US. And she has had a tragic incident last year, and she lost her father while she was playing in a orchestra, and his father was not in the audience, and he had a heart attack and he died. And that kind of had a lot of impact on Devi, and she lost the use of her legs for 3 months or so, and then she kind of recovered the use of her legs, and she was trying to get on with her life in high school. So that's the basic foundation of the story. And to be really honest, in the first couple of episodes, the story didn't flow very well, and you were kind of disappointed. It was kind of insufferable. I was finding difficult to continue watching because I understand that teenagers are supposed to be irrational and kind of angry and self-centered and rude and whatever, all of that. But it was getting on your nerves. The way Devi was acting, and her story was kind of not given a lot of background, but kind of launched into what she wanted and what she wanted to achieve and who she was. So that it kind of didn't fit that well. But I did continue watching it anyways, and I must say that the story kind of came to a very subtle flow, and you started to enjoy and you started to connect with the primary character, which was Devi. And I think the actress who's playing Devi has done a good job, and she was raw, she was very forthcoming, she was very natural. So I think that is something that worked in favor of the character. That's one. And second, you kind of started to relate with her problems, you kind of started to see where she was coming from, even though you kind of don't like her until much later in the show, because she is outright self-centered, she is outright kind of caught up on the material things, caught up in the hype. She wants a boyfriend. The way in the initial episodes, she just walks up to a very the heartthrob of the school, Paxton, and demands and asks whether he will have sex with her. And that all of that kind of put you off in the initial episodes, that the character was not very well fleshed out. But towards the later part, you definitely get to see her relationship with her friends. So she has two of her very good friends on board, which is Eleanor and Fabiola, and they have done a very good job. They kind of play the perfect friends, but everyone is going through their own problems. So Fabiola is trying to come out, she's gay, and she's trying to come out to her family, she's trying to come out to people around her. Eleanor is struggling with her family, her mother has kind of abandoned her, and she's trying to reach out to her and make her part of her life. So every kid is dealing with their own problem, apart from Devi as well. So there's this guy, Ben Gross, which is who is a kind of competitor to Devi, and Devi is this exceptional student who is kind of butting heads with Ben all the time, and they are having this back and forth, continuous back and forth, and there a lot of banter and a lot of trash talk happening between the two of them. So Ben, again, it looks that he's the perfect kid at school, but is kind of struggling at home, wherein his family is not there for him, even though he's like a rich person, but his mom and dad are really not there for him. So everyone is struggling. Paxton is a kid who has a sister who whom he's protective about, probably because she has certain special needs or is different from normal students. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that during the course of the story, you get to see so many stories of the other kids as well, that you kind of start relating to a few of those. You start empathizing and sympathizing with the characters, apart from Devi as well. So that's what was good about the show, that they had good characters that you could empathize with, that you could connect with, that you could start to love and like and care. So that was what was good about the show. Apart from that, what I found a bit weird, so again, I'm Indian, so the portrayal of the Indian culture was too stereotypical. Things that probably not won't even happen in India. Supposed portrayal of the Indian culture were being shown in the US, so which was kind of surprising to me. I thought it would the show would be keeping pace with the modern times. Especially the arranged marriage thing with the cousin of Devi, Kamala, was pretty weird, because that is arranged marriage is definitely a thing, and people are into that, but not the way it's been shown in the show. That you have to marry a person whom you are meeting. So that was a bit stereotypical. The entire character of the cousin Kamala was pretty stereotypical. The way she spoke, the way her accent was so heavy. So I understand that even I have an accent, but it was really comical portrayal in the show. So I hope I'm not kind of shooting myself in the foot because I myself have an accent. So anyways, but yeah, there are many elements. The Ganesh Puja was really again stereotypical, the stereotypical uncle. So there were there are many things about the Indian culture that made you think that, come on, this does not happen anymore. So that's one of the gripes that I have, probably because I'm Indian, and probably this will not be a problem to the audience from other countries, because they might think that this is what happens in India. So so that was there. Apart from that, initial few episodes not that great. Towards definitely it comes in its own towards the later part of the series, and I really like the way the character was developed, even though you kind of don't really like Devi, because even throughout the latter episodes as well, she is self-centered. You kind of feel for her friends who are continuously being ignored by her. So but still, towards the end, the way she makes up with her family, the way she kind of makes peace with the fact that her father is not there anymore, and she needs to be there with her mother and family, and that does pretty precious. Especially the last episode was well shot, and again, her coming together with Ben Gross, not coming together exactly, but sharing an intimate kiss towards the end of the episode, I thought was overdue. There was definitely the spark between Ben and Devi, and that had to culminate into something, and then it finally did. And the show ended with Paxton giving Devi a call, and she was not picking up. She was with Ben, and her mom wants her to move to India. So I think they have set up the season 2 pretty well. So I think season 2 might come soon, and I think definitely I'll watch, because kind of you have gotten attached to the story and the characters. So guys, it's a fair watch. It's a breezy watch if you don't want to get into the heavy stuff, the heavy shows that require a lot of concentration. I think it's easy breezy watch that you can see. So guys, that's my review of Never Have I Ever. Have you watched it? If you have any comments, leave it below, and thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and we'll be talking about a lot more in the future. Thank you so much.